So I thought before I run out to the garden and we do a little bit of work, I wanted to show you guys my bone broth that I made. So I actually made it a few days ago, and I made it in my big roaster pan, and then I decided to can it a couple days ago. So it's been sitting on the counter now, and sorry, Zoe, it is ready to put up. So I need to go on here and write my dates down. And so I had three chicken bones and one turkey bone. And I had actually almost a quart left, but it was not quite full. It was probably that much full. And so I went ahead and just used it and made something that day whenever I was doing my broth, canning my broth. And so I just went ahead and cooked with it that day. But I actually would have had really close to 10 quarts total, but I decided to do a couple pint jars because sometimes it's nice to have just a little bit in like a smaller jar occasionally. So most of the time I ended up using the quarts, but occasionally I need just a little bit extra. And so I put some in pint jars just to have a little bit of a small mixture. And then I'm going to show you. So now we'll walk over here. Say hi to everybody, Zoe. She is ready for her food. So I was going to show you. I actually made some mulberry jelly, and right there, this is my sugar-free mulberry jelly that I made, and I did that just the other day. I have some berries. I have some not blueberry, but raspberry. Nah, blackberry. I'll get it eventually. Blackberry jam back in here, and it's got lots of seeds in it, and so it's not been my favorite just because of all the seeds. But anyway, I thought I would just show you my mulberry jelly too. And then last year I grew parsley in my green stock, and I dehydrated it, and so I still have dehydrated parsley from last year, as well as some cilantro. And then this here was just a green powder. So I just dehydrated a bunch of like greens and stuff that I had and just turned it into like a green powder that I could use in whatever. So that's kind of my catch-all green powder jar. Anyway, thought I would just show you my homemade jellies too. So all right, let's go out to the garden. All right, guys. So I am going to be spraying my garden this evening with BT. I have my sprayer all ready to go. And so I've been seeing some like cabbage worms and stuff, and I've been seeing the caterpillar poop on my cabbages and broccolis and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and try to spray and see if maybe I can get rid of them or at least prevent them from getting any worse at this point. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to go ahead and spray my tomatoes too, because it will soon be tomato hornworm season. And so if I'm already seeing some worms in the garden, I think I want to go ahead and just try to get on top of them if I can. And I know that I just saw actually a little worm on my zucchini, which I'm not sure. I went ahead and picked it off, and it was really super tiny. So I don't know if it was just maybe a larva of something or if it was actually a worm. I don't really know, but I went ahead and picked it off. I've definitely been seeing the squash bug eggs. I haven't seen the bugs yet, but I've been seeing the eggs, and I've been trying to pick them off with tape. I just started doing that. So we're going to see if I can get any squash before the squash bugs just completely destroy my zucchini bed and my yellow squash bed. What's been interesting is I haven't seen any of the eggs yet on my scallop squashes. So I know they're a slightly different variety, and I haven't seen any of the eggs on them yet. That doesn't mean that it won't happen, but it may happen, and it probably will because they are a form of squash, and I think that these squash bugs pretty much like anything that's squashy. So we'll see what I get as the season goes on. But this is, pretty much my first year of trying to really garden. Last year I did just a little bit of stuff in grow bags. And this is my first year to actually have a garden with raised beds. So it's just all a learning curve. And I'm trying to do it as organically as possible. I do use organic sprays. So some people won't even do that. But I do use the organic sprays. But that is all I will use. I won't go beyond that. I don't want to use any pesticides or anything like that. So I'm trying to do it organically. And it's just a learning curve. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and spray my garden, but I thought I would just roll a little bit of footage so y'all can see that. So here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and spray. I typically wouldn't spray these, but I think I'm going to go ahead and spray my zucchinis and squashes just because I did see a worm on them. And I see right down here I've got, it's probably, and I don't know if BT will get it or not, but it could be like a leaf miner that I saw. And I am not sure exactly what those look like, so it could have been that. But I'm going to just go ahead and spray the leaves since I'm doing it to just kind of prevent anything from hopefully getting on it. And I'm not spraying them real heavy, but I am going to try to, as best I can, kind of spray around on them. And then what I'm mostly concerned about is definitely my squashes. I mean, not my squashes, but my broccolis, cauliflowers, cabbage, and stuff like that. So, but like I said, I'm just going ahead and doing this kind of as a preventative measure. I know it's not going to do anything for the squash bugs. I'm not sure much does for the squash bugs. But since I saw that one little worm down here, and I'm going to try to prevent him from doing any further damage. Then I got my kohlrabi back here. I don't know that they're going to do much. They had some leaf miner damage, so we're going to just give them a squirt. I'm going to go ahead and squirt because I did see a worm that was over here on this trellis. So I am going to go ahead and do my cucumbers while I'm spraying, just kind of as a preventative measure. I'm not going to do anything to green beans or potatoes. They should be okay. But I will go ahead and spray, I think, definitely in here on my cabbages. Because I did see caterpillar poop on these for sure, so. A lot of caterpillar poop on that one. Oh, that sounded like some fireworks. I think it was. Not sure who's setting them off, but it's it's mid-June, so it's not exactly 4th of July yet, but we live in a small town and I live just outside of town, so I don't think it would be a problem if people wanted to shoot off some fireworks early. Okay, now I need to go ahead and pump this back up. And I am going to go ahead and spray, like I said, my tomatoes just as a preventative in case there's any hornworms that sneak in here before I get out to look for them. Oh yeah, that's either a gun. It almost sounded like a I don't know. I'm not really sure what that was. I'm sure it was probably some type of a firework. But it almost sounded like a gun of some kind. Oh good, the breeze is picking up. It's been kind of hot and sticky out here in the garden. Alright guys, well I won't keep chatting as I go because this could get a little long, but I will just speed you guys up as I finish up the rest of the garden. All right, guys. So I have finished spraying my garden. I just kind of recorded this little outro, and then sirens was going off. So the ambulance was going somewhere. It's not really that close to my house, but I can hear it when the wind blows. The noise definitely was kind of loud. So anyway, so I'm redoing the outro. Um, and I just got done spraying my garden with the BT. And so now you guys have kind of seen that process. I ended up only using a half gallon. So now I know next time to just mix up a half gallon's worth. I thought that's probably would be what I would use, because when I sprayed my spinosad, I ended up taking the last of it and sprayed up on the front of my house where I have my potatoes, another rotation of potatoes going. And so I decided that I probably only needed a half gallon, but I wasn't sure. So I went ahead and did a full gallon just to be safe. But yeah, I only needed a half gallon, and that's with all the tomatoes. So next time, I probably will only mix up a half gallon instead of full gallon, because basically I don't need all this. So I'm going to have to rinse it out and it's going to go to waste. But I, like I said, I'm trying to do organic gardening. And so um, I saw the worms and I'm like, well, I looked up and BT was what they all recommended, because the worms will eat the leaves, and then it will basically kill the worms once they eat the leaves. Doesn't, like, the spray on contact doesn't kill them, but when they eat the leaves, then it kills them. So anyway, hopefully it doesn't rain tonight. I looked at the radar, I didn't see anything around, so I'm hoping that we get a dry night tonight, and that way everything will be good and dry. And I try to do it later in the evening like this, so that hopefully all the pollinators are out of the garden for the most part, because any of these organic sprays can be harmful to them potentially, and I don't want that to happen. So I definitely try to spray like at the end of day, so that way they're all gone back home to their spots, hopefully. Anyway, so all right, guys. Well, this concludes my work in the garden with me little video on spraying with organic BT. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Like I said, I'm a new gardener, so I'm just learning. We're learning together. But if you have any gardening tips, if there's any gardening channels that actually click on this video and watch it, definitely leave a comment down below. Let me know, and I would love to follow along with your guys' journey too. So I'll see you in the next one, friends. Bye.